On tonight's show, we have artist manager and entrepreneur Kevin Mack. And now for your host, KoolKard. What's up, everybody? It is episode 15, episode 14. Last week, we had Shianti on. She is a musical artist. She is actually a writer, engineer, producer, all that. She's doing her thing. She released her new song, Space, and she got it on all platforms right now. So you might want to go check her out, man. She's doing some good things. She's been doing her thing with Shiggy. I don't know if you guys know Shiggy from the internet, little dancing dude, whatever. So he's kind of like co-signing her right now. So be sure to go check her out. That's Shianti Music. I think it's what? CHIYANTI. There we go. Music, Instagram. Check her out. But this week, we have a very special guest. Met him through a mutual friend. This guy has been in the entertainment business for years. I got a lot of experience with road managing, security. He has a bunch of new endeavors he's working on right now. So just kind of wanted to dig into his brain, kind of get some nuggets for you guys to take back with you if you have any interest in the music business or the entertainment industry or whatever value that he can give to you. I want to present that to you. All right. So this guy goes by the name of Kevin Mack. I'm going to bring him in with a nice little intro and we're going to get into his brain. All right. So y'all check him out. All right, everybody. Want to welcome to the show Kevin Mack. What's going on, Kevin?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hey, man, thank you for coming on the show. I know you are a busy guy.
Before we start, I got to ask one question.
What's that?
Does he go by Shitty?
No. It's Shiggy with 2 G's.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Shitty. I was like, really?
No. It's Shiggy. It's this dude on Instagram. He kind of blew up because he did a dance to one of Drake's songs, and Drake gave him like.
When you first said, I thought you said he goes by Shitty.
No. No. Just Shiggy, not Shitty.
I'm with you now.
That's all good. But hey, man, I want to thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy. You out there doing your thing. So basically, I want to kind of dig into your brain, man, and just kind of get your experiences out in this interview, and as much as you can reveal. Cause I know you work with artists and celebrities and stuff like that. So I don't want to ask you anything that you're not comfortable with answering. But first and foremost, before we get into that, let's kind of fast forward to now and just explain kind of what services you render right now with your company, and tell everybody what the name of your company is and so on and so forth.
I have a couple companies. I still have a security company, so we still do bodyguard work, executive protection for a lot of entertainers and foreign dignitaries and stuff like that. But through all the years that I've been doing this, we branched off and I started doing road management and tour management. So we're doing that. We're still doing that and trying to bring some artists under us as far as management to get a couple of deals going right now. And then the biggest thing we're doing right now is about to launch Buzzing Box.
Yeah.
Buzzing Box. You know about it.
Yeah, for sure. That's the future right there.
That's a brainchild of my boy Carlos.
Yes.
And we got together and we started talking about it, and just ideas between us just started flowing. So we worked it out, man. It's something that I can utilize my industry contacts and industry experience. Carlos can use his experience and contacts.
Right.
And put things out there for new artists, emerging artists, and
yeah,
it works for him. It definitely does.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. I know all about it. He's actually gonna be on the show, I think, next month, coming on talking about that and all his things he got going on, his hat line and all that. So yeah, man, that it's the future.
We just trying to get it to a point where we can expand the reach of it and really get a lot of people involved with it.
Yeah, for sure. And anybody who's listening, you go check them out. It's thebuzzinbox.com, TheBuzzinbox.com. It's a music blog, new music every day, new artists, artist spotlights, you name it. And it
Got
is,
the old work on there too. Don't you know? We just it's not just a platform for only new and emerging artists. You know, we've got singles on there by Nas and everybody in the industry.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
you walk on the first page and there's like 100 singles right there. You know, either to download or to just listen to or whatever.
Yeah. I know it has like different section. I don't want to say section, like categories. I guess you want to say. You got
Right.
new artist spotlight, artists that are out now. You got Buzzing Box TV. I don't have that launched yet. Do you know?
That Buzzing Box TV is next.
Okay, gotcha.
Basically, we'll finish with this, and then we'll move to Buzzing Box TV. And what Buzzing Box TV is going to be, it's going to be another arm of the Buzzing Box.
Okay,
And basically, we'll have artists, like new artists want to come on. You want to download your music, we'll let you download your music. We have industry execs that'll be checking it and looking for new artists all the time. We're also going to have a producer section so they can download their music and stuff. You
okay,
know, come up with different artists and things like that. Then the Buzzing Box TV is going to come in where we'll actually be offering these guys a chance to get on do live shows, interviews, and things like that.
okay. Yeah, that
You know,
sounds
now
dope.
skills.
That sounds dope. So how long have you been in the entertainment business? I know you've been in it for a long time.
Oh man, now you want me to tell my age? You want me to date myself? um, about 30 years.
and
About 30 years.
and what came first? Were you first doing security? Were you doing management? How'd you get your start?
I started off doing security, got into a little law enforcement work, and then realized I could make money doing this, and just fell in love with it and been doing it since.
So who was the first? I don't know if it was artist or actor or whatever. Who was the first to kind of give you your go at it in the entertainment business as far as security?
For our security, you know what? My first gig was a play. It was a play was 30 years ago called Beauty Shop.
Beauty Shack.
Beauty Shop.
Oh, Beauty Shack. Okay.
Shop. I was on the road with that for a year and a half, almost 2 years. It was produced by a man named Shelly Garrett.
Okay.
So my first big gig, and then from there, we just went on and did other stuff. Me and my partner at the time ended up handling Ice Cube for the first couple of years. He was solo, and he had just left NWA.
Okay.
I ended up being Yo-Yo's security and road manager for about 2.5, 3 years. So it just word of mouth and just kept steamrolling and going on and on.
Right. So how did you link up with Cube?
Through it's so funny. We did some stuff with Ice T,
Uh huh.
and he really didn't have a need for security.
Because he had all his
Ice,
boys.
basically, yeah. That was a conversation. It was just like, I really don't need you guys carrying guns around me. I got 20 guys with me that I don't even have to pay to carry guns. They just got guns.
Right.
That was back in the days of the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, for sure.
Ice-T's road manager, a very good friend of mine, prayers and blessings to Charlie Jam. He's in the hospital right now and not doing too well.
Oh man.
But
Prayers up for that boy.
yeah, he reached out to us and said, "Look, Cube is going solo. He's left NWA. He's finishing up his album in New York. I want you guys to take care of him when he gets back to LA." And it went from there.
So you went from Cube introduced you to Yo-Yo?
Right.
Because she was, yeah, okay. So how was it? So as far as like you working with these artists, what is kind of like what is? Can you give me kind of like an insight to what exactly you do when securing these people? Like, what is a day like?
Um, people ask me what I do for a living, and most of the time I tell them I'm a high price babysitter. That's it.
As is any
I keep the
manager.
I keep the kids out of trouble.
Wow.
And I mean that's basically what it boils down to.
I mean, because at
This is
that time they were
pretty.
pretty young.
Hmm?
I said at that time they were pretty young, young 20s, early 20s. So
Yeah.
yeah,
The security side is one thing. The road manager side is a whole different thing. The road manager side is just mentally strenuous because the road manager, tour manager aspect of it is you have to keep everybody happy.
right.
And like when I get jobs with people, I explain to them, I'm a facilitator. I'm here to make whatever you need to happen. I'm here to try and make it happen.
Right.
So that becomes your job. That becomes your duty. From being up 2 hours before them to go get on a plane because you got to make sure that they get up on time. So you can't like if I got a 6 a.m. flight, I can't get up at 4 a.m. and be dressed and be at the airport by 5. I got to get up at 2:30 so I can get dressed. Then I can go supervise them getting dressed.
Yeah, that's a lot, man.
So yeah, it's more than the mission. It really is.
That's a lot. Wow. So I know you work with Luke too, right? That was pretty.
Yeah,
Was that in the prime of Luke? The whole Two Live Crew.
that was right after he split with 2 Live Crew.
That's right after he split.
Yeah, him and 2 Live Crew split up,
Okay.
and it was just Luke by himself.
Right, right.
Yeah,
How was that? Was that still wild like the Two Live Crew days, or was that?
it was extremely wild, but it wasn't as wild as most people think. We had some wild days.
Yes.
I got to see some things amaze me at times, but yeah.
Right, right. And what about well, before Carlos told me that you Carlos told me, didn't you used to do some stuff with Kanye West?
Kanye, yeah, I did. Well, before Kanye, right after I left Luke, I went to Master P.
Okay. Oh, how was that?
It was great. It was great.
So this is what I want to
You
ask.
know,
This is
we,
what I want to know about P. This is what I want to know about P. What was it about P that I don't know, like work ethic or what? What was it about P that he was able to bring the world to New Orleans? You know what I'm saying? Because like they had artists that come out of New Orleans before that, but when he hit and and the way he did it out the trunk, the Universal deal, was it Universal?
no, Capital.
Cap-
I mean, not Capital. Priority.
yeah,
Priority Records.
but it was a big deal.
Right.
Like, what was it about him that everybody just gravitated to what he was doing, and he was able to, kind of seal that deal and all that? Can you speak on that?
He was a guerrilla street hustler. That's the best way I can describe it. He was a guerrilla street hustler, and he brought a street game to the record industry that they weren't ready for.
Oh wow. So P kind of changed the game then.
He did. He changed it a lot. I've been blessed to be around some people who've actually changed the game. Between working with Luke and working with Master P, yeah, I was with some game changers on that stuff. I went from Q, who basically took over West Coast rap for a while,
Right. Yep.
to Luke, to Master P. Yeah, they changed the game, and then from there I went to Kanye.
And
So yeah,
tell me about that, man, because I know that was probably a different Kanye than what Kanye is now. Like, was that a more humble Kanye, or was that where was he at?
yeah,
Where was he at when you were with Kanye? Like, where was he at in his career?
he had just dropped the first album.
Mm.
He had just He had just finished his first tour
Okay.
when I got with him. So yeah.
And you were doing security.
Um,
Go ahead.
he's a different dude. I just did security for Kanye, no road management.
Okay.
He already had one of his friends from Chicago with him doing the road management and everything. I did security with him for about 3 years. Um, I don't have anything negative to say about him. I think he's a genius in the studio. I watched him do things I've never seen other people do.
Mm.
You know, I watched him walk into a studio that, first of all, I thought was a dump. But the guy who owned the studio, and I mean, he's old school famous guy, and him and Kanye collaborated, and it was just like for that second album, it was like instrumentals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So I got to be there and watch him put that second album together. That's crazy.
You got to see the magic happen right then and there.
Yeah, that's been the great thing about this. Like, you know, watching P in action and seeing the way he did things.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, right now, one of the biggest gospel labels is a label called Uncle G Records.
Uncle G Records.
Uncle G Records.
Okay.
The owner is a cat named Greg Lyons.
Greg.
He's P's uncle.
That's P's uncle. You said. Greg Lyons.
And he was working with us, and you know he's a marketing guy. He gets out and hits all the radio stations. He's the marketing guy.
Okay.
So between the two of them and all the stuff that was going on, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Wait, Tux, I'm trying to get this information because I got a cousin who's a gospel rapper, and he actually he was actually doing this thing. He got nominated for a Stellar back in the day, and then he kind of I interviewed him a couple weeks ago, but he jumped out of that because he just didn't really like where the business was going. He was like, man, this is gospel music, but it's the way these people are acting, it ain't fitting. So he kind of jumped out of that, and now he's mentoring children and just kind of preaching to them and still rapping to them and just drawing them to the word through his music or whatever. But I think he's trying to get back in it, so I'm just trying to get that. What was his name again? Greg Lyons?
Uncle Greg Lyons.
Greg Lyons, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you all this information. I got you.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, he appreciate that because he said he think it's time for him to get back into it. So, hey, why not?
I got the man for it.
All right. Cool.
He's the man that makes #1 hits.
Oh, that's what we need.
From the promotion side, he's building #1 hits.
Okay, that's what we need. So here's a question for you: who was the most? Well, let's keep going. Hold on, before I ask this question, who came after Kanye West? I know you toured with Wanda Sykes. How long did you tour with her?
I did Wanda for a little over 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Wow. So she's pretty much like family then, right?
Wanda and Master P were my two longest clients.
Okay.
I did 7.5, almost 8 years, and I did Wanda for 10 years.
Wow. That's a long time, man.
It is. And in between them, I would do other people. Like, when I was on Wanda typically only went out on weekends to do shows.
Okay.
Because, she has a family and she has other stuff she does production-wise as far as TV and film.
Okay.
So we'd go out Thursday through Sunday or Friday through Sunday and come back home. But that time I was also working with Rascal Flatts.
Okay.
Country Western group.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just, find other stuff to do, man.
Hey, man, why not? And you
know how to do, man. I'm always going left or right. It's like,
I know. You're the hardest man to get in touch with. But now I got you because you out there quarantined right now, right?
Yeah, I'm stuck in the house. Can't go nowhere. I'm on punishment. Sitting there going stir crazy.
Hey, it's all good. You gotta.
I gotta out of it. You don't want to get on the plane.
Huh?
I for a few seconds today and ran a couple of errands, and I'm driving past the supermarket, and there's a line outside the supermarket. People they got the chalk marks where you can stay 6 feet to 10 feet apart.
Wow.
So it's nuts.
Wow. I heard.
Yeah.
Well, for you guys listening, he's out in California. So they basically had to stop people. They had to shut the beaches down, right? Because people were at the beaches, the
It was still
trails.
going. Yeah. They were still going.
Man, it's crazy.
They shut beaches down. They shut parks down. They shut everything down.
That's because Cali's so nice, man. I love Cali. I miss Cali. I want to move back to Cali. People don't want to go
You know what?
inside,
It's been raining. It's been
and
raining.
they still were outside.
People trying to get out, man.
That's crazy.
And they figure nobody. Everybody figures the same thing. Nobody else is gonna be out there.
Right.
I'll just go out there.
Right. And then everybody feels like, well, I ain't gonna get it.
Yeah, but you got 100,000 people thinking the exact same thing.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Right. Exactly. You see what happened out in Miami, out in Florida, spring breakers, all of them catching it. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
At the height of it too, they just all out there chilling, party.
I've had work I was supposed to do that's been canceled. I'm supposed to be in Vegas at the Stellar Awards right now.
Wow. And that's canceled, right?
I think they postponed it in November, or either August or November. But yeah, they postponed it, so hopefully we'll be well out of that time.
I'm hoping it passes over, man. Something like they just gotta shut places down, and we need a cleansing. We need a cleansing, man. 'Cause this is crazy. People losing jobs and all types of stuff. People out here dying, man.
Don't say that cleansing thing too loud. That sounds like a purge to me.
I know, right? I know. No, we ain't talking about that. That's crazy. We ain't talking about that. So, out of all the people that you work with, who would you say was like the most interesting to the most interesting times for you?
Luke.
Because of the things that you saw?
Nah, because people see Luke as the nasty man.
Yeah, but he was a smart businessman.
When I started working for him, I had the same image of him. But people have personas on stage and off stage.
Yeah, for sure, you should.
And the man off stage was totally different from the man on stage. The man off stage was the man, we would fly into a town, I would go to check everybody into the hotel, and he would pick up his golf bag and go play golf.
Wow. Didn't he?
Yeah.
He was playing golf in a video one time, wasn't he? I do believe so.
Golf all the time. He lives on a golf course.
So he was just showing his true colors. That's all. We didn't even know it. We thought it was just for show.
Literally, the back gate of his house. When he opens the back gate, he opens the back gate to like the 8th hole of the golf course.
Wow. Is he any good?
But he plays all the time. And just listening to him talk is, just you wouldn't. I'm gonna say this because someone was doing an article on him, and they were interviewing him, and they asked him, if you went broke today, with all that you've done for the industry, do you think I would come to your aid? And he was like, no. And you really have to think about that, because everybody out there that's making money is making money because of Luke.
He did pave the way.
Because if he hadn't taken his case all the way to the Supreme Court, that parental guidance sticker that's on the albums wouldn't be there. And if anybody could ban a record and say, we don't want to hear that, take that off the shelves on our yard.
Right.
That parental guidance is because Luke spent over $1 million of his own money fighting that case.
Wow. That's some nuggets right
there. So all of these kids out here making money that want to cuss on the album, the only reason you can do that is because of that man.
Wow. And he feels like nobody would come to his aid if he were to go broke today.
Do you think they would?
No.
Because just like I told you this, most of them don't think about that. They just see the sticker and go on about their business.
Yeah.
But the whole part of it is, as an artist, you need to know the business. You need to know your history of the business.
Facts.
There's some people you got to give props to, because they're the only reason.
I saw him on think it was a live or maybe an interview the other day, and he was just kicking real. Speaking that real, man, you had to respect it. I don't even remember what he was talking about, but yeah. I mean, he's
He
always
won. It was so funny. He won a BET Hip Hop Award. Do you realize no other industry, no other award show has recognized him?
cuz man, you know they smeared him from Two
You
Live
got
Crew.
to, but you got, I mean, American Music Awards, Grammys. No, nobody's recognized him. Come on, not even Soul Train.
You know how they do it, man. Once the media gets a hold of you and smears you, that's how they, just like, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson
No,
acted the way he acted to
what
sell
can
his
you
fights.
smear? What can you smear him for? He's never done anything.
Just being nasty Two Live Crew. You know how it goes.
You can't smear the man. I mean, come on.
I mean,
You
I
got
know better. You know what I
you
mean?
got white artists
Yeah.
biting off bats' heads, or biting off chickens' heads. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, you can't. Come
I
on.
know. I get it. Trust me. I know. But you know how the media is.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It's rap and it's nasty. So he
Yep.
got two strikes.
Absolutely. And there's another factor in there too. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But
That's another one I had to keep out of trouble.
huh?
That's enough. He's another one I had to keep out of trouble.
Oh,
But he was good. He kept himself out of trouble most of the time. Because we'd have cops, just like when you saw in the NWA movie where the cops came backstage and told them if you perform this song, if you say this and say that, you're
yeah.
going to jail.
Yeah.
That's every night with Luke.
Wow. Would he do it anyway?
Not, you know, Luke was a good artist. He knew how to handle things. He had female dancers and male dancers on the tour, and for some odd reason, just the nature of people,
Mm.
people when they came to Luke shows felt that they had to prove how freaky they could be.
Yeah. Wow.
And I can have Luke could rap and he'd step off to the side and back of the stage and allow some people to come on stage.
Yeah.
They would be the show.
Of the
But when you left, you're like, man, Luke put it down. Right? Yeah. Okay. And I can sit there with a camcorder, and at the end of the show, when the cops want to arrest him, it's like, look at the video. He didn't touch anybody. He didn't direct anybody to do anything. When people started doing stuff, he walked away. He was not a part of that. So go arrest the people in the audience. We had no control over that.
That's crazy.
Man, it was nuts.
That's crazy.
Some of the things,
So basically that was the hip hop police, right?
all the time.
I've heard stories where, they knew them guys by first name. They just show up backstage, be sitting there waiting. They want to go and raid the dressing rooms and all that craziness. That's just
Here's the whole thing. If you play a city more than twice, you're going to get to know that cop by first name.
right.
It's the same cop that's coming out each time.
Wow. Wow.
It got to a point, cop be like, Kevin, I'm just going to hand it to you. I've said it to you enough times. I understand.
That's crazy, man.
Because they're going to tell you and give it to you in writing.
The things people got to deal with, boys. And listen, 2 Chainz said it best the other day. He was like, man, this celebrity stuff. He's like, do you sure you want this? Like, it's one of the most dangerous things you could be. He's like, because people, his LA home been broken into a couple times, and man, it's just crazy.
It's a dangerous thing. It's something that you have to be really resilient and ready for. The great thing with Luke didn't have any. Well, Luke had a child, a daughter at the time.
Mm,
She's older. But he didn't have kids that the people knew about.
right.
The hard thing with Master P is he had 6 kids that everybody knew about.
Everybody knew about him.
So we had to keep an eye on everything. So
That's tough. That's tough, man. So do you have any other ventures that you're working on? 'Cause I know you said you got a lot going on.
I'm doing a lot of stuff in the cigar industry right now.
Okay.
Um, Actually putting together a cigar podcast.
Oh, that'd be cool. You gonna be sipping on some yak and smoking on some stove?
Well, mine is Scotch. I'm not a yak guy.
Okay, okay.
I don't like the sweet girly drinks. Yeah, I said it. Yak is sweet girly. Yeah. I don't like the sweet girly drinks. I like Scotch, whiskey, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that hard stuff.
Hard stuff. Come on, man.
Now I know they got some smooth scotch. My dad was a scotch drinker.
So yeah, we're working on the cigar podcast, a bunch of cigar events, a large event that I'm trying to put together. I was sick most of last year, so just really coming back and getting, because I had a large event that I was going to do this year, but it's probably going to get put off to next year, especially with all the stuff that's going around right now with everybody being locked down.
Yeah.
Can't get any work.
Can't get no work done, man. Everything's on hold.
Can't visit sponsors. I can't do anything right now. So we're looking at next year on.
Okay. You ever thought
You
about
know,
opening up like a cigar bar or anything like that? Lounge?
I did, but um, it's kind of oversaturated right now,
Yeah.
and trying to split the crowd because people have their cigar lounges they like going to.
Yeah, for sure. And you ain't pulling
So
not pulling them up out of there either.
no, no.
They like what they like.
So if I did, I thought about doing a cigar lounge, but it would have to be done a different way. Can't tell you all the secrets, but
Right, right.
that might be in the near future. It's a possibility.
Okay. What about the comedy scene? I know you got a brother who does this thing at what is the Laugh Factory, something like that?
Yeah, Pookie's my little brother. We grew up together. I mean, he's not my blood relation, but we grew up together. Like we tell people all the time, either I was having dinner at his house or he was having dinner at my house growing up.
Right.
Um, he runs the Laugh Factory on Sunday nights, the Chocolate Sundays. Everybody go out and check out Chocolate Sundays. It's the bomb. I think it's like in his 15th or 16th year of doing it.
Oh wow.
So it's one of those places you can go and you never know who's going to go up on stage. I mean,
So he's seen
you
them
know,
all. He's seen all the
I've seen
comedians come through there.
Chappelle there. I've seen Eddie Murphy come in and work out some stuff.
Wow.
So you never know who's going to be there. And Pookie is also Kevin Hart's business manager. So, it
Okay.
just he works with a lot of comics and athletes and stuff. So it's usually a pretty star-studded crowd.
That's cool. So you never thought to put try your hand in it?
Nah, nah. You know what? Here's what's so funny. Here's what's amazing. When Carlos said, "Hey, he wants you to do an interview," I was like, "For real?" Behind the scenes guy.
I
This
know.
is the first time I've done an interview, or I don't do this, man. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Let's go.
And I appreciate you.
No problem, man.
I
But yeah,
appre-
you're not gonna catch me on stage anytime soon.
all
Not gonna
right.
happen.
Nah, just
That's
like
not
you,
my thing.
you, you, you- you're good at staying behind the scenes. You're doing your thing. You've been doing it for a minute, man. So you know your niche.
Sun finally went down, so I can turn some light on in here.
Huh?
Great. I said the sun finally went down because we were talking about the sun earlier,
Oh yeah,
just shining in the.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah, no stage stuff for me. I'd rather be on the side of the stage, shining my light, telling them, okay, it's time to get out. Let's go.
What about managing? Do you think you'll ever do that again?
Yeah, I'm just looking for the right. I'm looking for the right talent. I'm looking for somebody who is not a problem.
Got you.
I got a lot of stuff going on right now, so having headache clients not something I want to do.
I understand. I understand, man. I had a couple of young guys come to me a while back and were, wanting me to manage them. And I'm just like, man, nah, I can't do it. It's a different breed out here, man. And like you said, you're their babysitter, their counselor. their get out of jail card, their everything. Like, nah, man, I can't do it.
I mean, both of my sons are trying to do something in entertainment right now.
Who?
Both of my sons.
Oh, both of
My
your
sons,
sons. Okay.
they're both trying to do something in entertainment right now. I would think about managing them, but first problem I'd be out. I'd be like, get somebody else. I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't deal with problems with my kids. I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, I understand. Trust me.
Yeah, first time I tell you go left and you go right,
Right.
I'm done.
Gone.
Yeah,
Pew. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
blame you.
I tell clients all the time, I'm not here to ruin your fun, but take advantage of my knowledge
Yeah.
and the fact that if I say go this way, let's go this way. I'll explain it to you later. I'll show you why we went this way instead of going the way you went.
At the end of
But
the
when you
day,
just say,
I'm just saying, at the end of the day, they gotta let you do your job too. You know.
a lot of them don't.
I know, because they're quote
A lot of
unquote
them.
that person. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it's a struggle.
I tell my son, hey, I grew up in the hip hop world. You know, I am hip hop. I'm rap.
Yeah.
You know, I was I was that guy who the night Biggie got shot, I was standing next to that truck to see the picture and see the fine art hospital.
Wait, say what now?
That truck that was in the picture and see outside the house, Biggie's FPV got shot up in.
Yeah.
Was outside of the hospital, roped off. That famous picture of that.
Yeah.
I was standing right. I was at the hospital when he died.
Wow.
Because I was working with Faith that night.
Wow.
So I was friends with Pop. You know, I was working with the promoters. We did Tribe Called Quest's first West Coast show when I left my wallet with El Segundo. I mean, you know, everybody in the hip hop and rap industry I know. This is just, you know, from years of doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I try to say to myself, just listen, I got you, just listen.
Wow.
So you just got to have artists that'll pay attention and listen. If you can do that, everybody can make a lot of money together. But you know, the problem is new artists know better.
Like I said, it's a different breed out here.
It is. It is.
Different breed.
And I'm not knocking them because a lot of them are getting where they want to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just think
multiply 1,000 with the ones who aren't getting where they want to be.
yeah. Yeah, I just think that, you know, like the younger generation, they're just headstrong, you know? And like you said, the ones that are, let's say, smart with it, make good decisions with being headstrong, they're successful, they're doing their thing. But at the end of the day, they're still headstrong, may not want to listen to someone like you who has the experience and knows better. Be like, look, there's a pitfall right there. I've seen it because I've been there, and they still want to go there, and they want you to pull them up out of it. So yeah, I get it.
You know, Luke said something, and it's so funny that Luke said it and Master P said it a couple of years later. I heard the same thing out of both their mouths. Which would you rather be, rich or famous? These guys nowadays want to be well known. They want to be famous.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That doesn't do famous.
For sure. You see it every day. Instagram.
I've seen famous artists need me to give them $5 for a hamburger.
Say what?
I've seen famous artists that needed me to give them $5 for a hamburger.
Wow.
So yeah, you can be famous. Everybody knows you, but your pockets are empty.
Right. Man, I was at I saw, I ain't even gonna say his name, man. I'm not gonna put him out there, but I saw an artist who was yeah, he was doing his thing, had a single and everything, and he ran up on us trying to sell us incense and mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what's going on? Dude had a single on the radio a hit single, well, a successful single. It was
Right.
in rotation, but that money wasn't going in his pockets.
Well, because he didn't have anybody showing him how to monetize that.
Right.
That's a problem. Um, if you can't monetize it, why are you doing it?
Yeah. You gotta learn how to level up, man. All the opportunities, you gotta level them, and a lot of people don't know how to.
I know people who are getting sponsorship money who only got like 4,000 IG followers and stuff like that. It doesn't take a lot to get money out of it.
Yeah.
It's just you got to know how to do it.
Well, when I get mine up, I'm gonna come holler at you so you can tell me how to get some sponsorship.
No problem. It's a piece of paper and a percentage, and we good.
Hey, for sure. Ain't nothing for free.
Nothing.
Ain't nothing for free. I get it. I understand.
They want
Give
it
me
for
your
free.
cut.
They want it for free though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All the time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Nah, I got you, man. Ain't nothing for free. I'm a grown man. I understand that, and I've been in the business, so I get it.
Tell the rest of them no.
Huh?
Tell the rest of them.
I know. I know. Everybody wants you to do something as a favor. Nah, man, ain't no favors.
And I don't fly and coach more than 2 hours anywhere. So if the flight is more than 2 hours, I need a first class ticket. I'm a big guy. Rules to the game, man. There's rules to the game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. You gotta teach them. Gotta groom them.
I'm 6'6". Long flights and coach, I can't do it.
Dang, you 6'6"?
Yeah.
Dude, why you playing ball somewhere, man?
Ankle wouldn't let me do it. Ankle won't let me do that.
Oh man. Well, you found something else that was,
Yeah. Found something I enjoy doing. So it works.
and you did that well, and it worked out for you, so it's all good.
Keeps the lights on, at least.
Yeah, for sure. You seem happy. You smiling.
Like I said, I'm just going stir crazy over here, so it's all good.
Well, hey, before we get out of here, man, well, how's your health? Because I know you said you have some health problems. I know you had some health problems with
Yeah,
last year.
I'm a lot better now, man. I'm a lot better. I had a little scary touch last year, but I'm good now.
All right, good, good, good. Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming on. We go ahead and wrap it up, man. I ain't gonna hold you all night. I know you're stir crazy, but you probably got some stuff to do. I understand, but I appreciate you coming out your shell too and doing the interview, man. You did great.
Yeah, it's like I might have to do more of this now.
Yeah, I might have to have you come back on, man, for my year-end wrap up.
If I do a podcast, I got to come out of my shell. So
Oh
hey,
yeah, for sure. Are you gonna tape it? Are you gonna videotape it and everything?
we're gonna do a video. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, hang on.
do that. Do that. Definitely. You gotta repackage that content. You know how it goes.
I know. I know. It's just more work for me now.
Hey,
Thank you very
well, you can employ somebody. Give somebody a little, little pocket change. Do it, cut it, chop
much.
it up for you.
I'll be calling you. Don't worry.
No, not me, man. I'm not work for hire on that. That's too much work for me because then I gotta go back and forth with, can you change this? I don't like this. I got my own stuff to chop up, man.
Oh man, I see what you do. I need an editor like you, man. Come on.
Hey man, I could be a co-host. I could come in for an interview. But all that editing, I thought, you know what? I thought I did want to do that for a while. Is, edit videos and all that stuff for people. But nah,
You smoke cigars?
no. But I got a brother that does. He stay at the
You
cigar
don't
bar.
If you don't smoke, you can't cause.
I mean, I know how to smoke. In hell, man. You just enjoy it. You know,
Okay.
Dip that scotch, swirl it around in the cup.
Yeah. Don't worry. Next time I'm down there, I might have to teach you a few things.
Yeah, man. Come, hey, if you are out here, they got the it's called City Cigar City. So it's a nice little spot. It's a nice little spot. Everybody goes there, jazz and everything, man. It's packed out all the time.
I go to Red Phone Booth when I'm there.
The red phone booth. Well, you got to go through the little red phone booth thing. I got you. I know exactly what you're talking about. Huh?
That's where you're gonna find me every night when I'm there.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, you let me know. Let me know when you in town. I might have to come on out, man, and act like I know how to smoke.
Definitely.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. And yeah, like I said, I might hit you up for like my year end wrap up. I'm probably gonna do something like that. Bring a couple people back on, just kind of see where they're at, see what they're doing, so on and so forth.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's do it.
Cool, cause now you're in your comfort zone. See, I prepped
Uncle,
you. I prepped you for your podcast. See.
you did, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Y'all make sure y'all check out Kevin Mack. You can find him on Facebook. You're on Facebook, right? At Mr. KV Mac D. Check him out. Hit him up if you have any needs for his services. Always a blessing to get some services rendered. And
Okay.
y'all make sure y'all check me out. KoolKard. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Episode 15's in the bag. And we out.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir.